Hey, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the Touchdown Talk. What is up? I am one of three of your hosts today. My name is Mr. Chris Vaglio, and I am joined today by my two partners in crime right now, Mr. Pablo Martinez. Good morning, my friend. How are you?
Good morning, Chris. Good morning, Josh. Good morning, everybody. Happy Saturday. Welcome to week 5.
That's right. And Joshua Parr, our resident Washington Commanders fan, in the house this morning. How are you, my friend?
Doing good, gentlemen. Happy for another weekend of football to be here, even though the last 2 weeks have been an absolute disaster for everyone.
Yeah, heading into week 5. Here we go. I mean, we got a lot to get to. There's a lot of news happening in the world, real world NFL, which also then affects what happens with us in fantasy as those out there who are playing fantasy football. Real quick, if you're just tuning in now and you're watching on YouTube, do me a favor, hit that subscribe button and the little bell so that you get notified when we go live for the Touchdown Talk, which is every Saturday at 10 a.m. from 10 to 11 a.m. right here on YouTube, also Facebook, and of course our great friends over at RadioGardenState.com, where you can listen to the show on RadioGardenState.com, the Odyssey app, TuneIn app, and Radio.net. If you'd like to comment, play along, ask us fantasy questions, whatever, just head over to Facebook or YouTube, and then there you can drop it in the comments because we are streaming the show live on video as well. So feel free to shout those out. And as we go along the show, we'll pause for a little bit and answer your fantasy football questions. Guys, we're going to dive into it because a lot of injury shakeups here. Week 4 was not kind to many of the NFL superstars and starters here. A lot of injuries, a lot of really nasty injuries too that we saw, and possibly, I mean, speculation, but possibly even some career-ending injuries as well. Maybe, we hate to see that. We hate to see players get injured in real life. I know we get upset. Oh my God, my fantasy team, but it's always tough to see these amazing athletes get hurt. So definitely always as frustrated as we get, let's always remember there's a real world consequence to this, and as mad as we get, let's make sure that we want to see these guys actually get healthy and recover it and rehab. So listen, some big shakeups here. Let's start with a couple of the giant ones here heading in. The giant ones. Malik Neighbors out for the season.
Yeah, that's the most painful one.
Malik Neighbors out for the season, and Tyreek Hill possibly. I mean, this is all super speculative, but that was a really, really nasty possible career-ending injury. We certainly hope not, because man, what an athlete he is, and an asset on fantasy teams, Malik Neighbors too. But man, 2 huge injuries just to start off the bat, and there's a few more. But real quick, guys, I want to go around the horn on that. What are you to do if you have those guys? And I have Malik Neighbors in one of the leagues. What are you to do? Who should you be looking at? Love to get your thoughts on that. Quick thoughts. Pablo, I'll start with you.
So in terms of Malik Neighbors, I think, clearly, the next men up are going to be Wandell and Slayton. I think those are the two guys that on the Giants team get an immediate boost. Now, as a fantasy manager, who should you be looking at? You should be looking everywhere. You should be looking under every rock. You should be trying to find value on any team, because losing a guy like Malik, you're not just going to replace him with the next ad that you bring onto your team. So you really, truly need to be rolling up your sleeves and working hard to find value. Trades are really going to be your best friend in this case, because if you want to replace that level of production, you're going to have to find ways to be creative, put some packages together, and go out and acquire something to replace Malik. That's the only way to really replace that level of value. You're not just going to find it out there by adding and dropping a player. You're going to need to be a little more creative than that.
Yeah, got you. Josh, any thoughts on this as well from your side?
Yeah, I was going to say more or less the same thing as Pablo, especially in a league like LOEMP, where we've got a super flex. We've got 14 teams. 14? 12. Yeah, 14.
12.
12, yes. All all the star power has already been taken up. And even the next level down from star power has still been taken up. So, to Pablo's point, making trades is going to be your best bet. And then, just scouring the internet to see who thinks this guy's going to be a sleeper.
Yeah.
Some people are saying, how are you going to replace Tyreek? Well, maybe Jalen Waddle or maybe Malik Washington, could be something to do, but there's no way to tell,
Right.
Unfortunately, with a league with this many people and that many players on a team, you lose somebody huge, and it could be pretty devastating. It's hard to work past that, but
yeah, absolutely. Right. No, 100%. I mean, listen, there are alternatives out there. I mean, making trades is huge. I mean, we've already seen some trades happening. A lot of the trade activity has definitely stepped up. And when these injuries happen, and there's not so much on the waiver wire, especially in a 12-person league, and we're a super flex league as well. Both leagues that we're in, Pablo and I are both in the Dirt NELOAMP. Josh, you're in the LOP, and I know you're in other leagues as well. And, when you're in that super flex league and everybody's got 2 QBs and possibly another 2 QBs or at least another QB stash on their bench, it becomes like slim pickings a lot. And so you are starting to make some looking at who's got what on their roster, who can what trade capital you have that somebody else needs, and especially too still talking about injuries. I mean, we got Mike Evans, another big receiver out. Thank God. Chris Godwin's back, but we'll see. He's still recovering back. I mean, after not playing for a really long time, I know I have him on my one team, so I'm hoping he gets going. Hopefully he'll start getting some looks. CeeDee Lamb is out still. You've also got, Kevontae Turpin. He's out. He's all banged up. And then looking at quarterbacks, Lamar Jackson out. Brock Purdy did not play. Although Mac Jones, man, who's that guy? Whoa, what version of Mac Jones did we just see these last couple? Holy smokes. Brock Purdy out. Of course, Joe Burrow still out. Looks like, too, Joe Flacco's getting benched in favor of Gabriel or Rodrigo. Is it Gabriel?
Gabriel.
I have so many. Browns have so many damn quarterbacks. He's next man up. I guess after that is Shedeur Sanders. But would love to get your guys' take, man. I mean, it's like quarterbacks, running, wide receivers, and even running backs. It sounds like Bucky Irving also not playing. Chuba Hubbard, as of yesterday, not playing.
Brock Bowers, I think, is questionable. Tracy, Bowers. Right? I think he's questionable. There's no way to keep track of all this. There's absolutely no way.
Yeah, guys are going down left and right here.
And then some are coming back. Thank God Jaden Daniels is back.
Jaden Daniels coming back. Hopefully he can stay healthy.
I haven't seen a ton of activations, really. It's been mostly it's either changed from out to questionable or from questionable to out. Not a lot have been coming back in.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty wild. I mean, we're in week 5, and we also have our first bye week this week too. So we've got some teams out on bye, but man, oh man, it has been a very interesting start to the season with these injuries. And obviously how it affects fantasy play is because it's always like now, like Pablo was saying, we're making trades, everybody's making trades, and you're scouring the waiver wire. But we'd love to get your guys' perspective on some of the stuff that's been happening.
I mean, if this keeps up, we're going to see Shane Falco in the league halfway through the season. I don't know. Like, we're going to start running out of players. And then what?
Practice squad.
That's it. Yeah. I mean, we could see some farm league players.
You start UFL. Get guys from the UFL.
Yeah, they're gonna start trying to pull college players, from their sophomore year to get out there. And...
I think that at this point it becomes more and more valuable to make sure that you are one step ahead. And it's hard to guess who's gonna hit, but taking chances, getting lottery tickets, like a guy like Rico Dowdle on Carolina, he's going to be playing in place of Chuba Hubbard. Nobody anticipated that was going to happen this week, but it's happening. So if you take those shots on players that are backups, but that have a path, if things were to go in their favor, now you all of a sudden have a starting running back. You're likely not going to be able to solve it in the moment if you are the manager of that player that went down, but it would be very advisable to look ahead and try to stash on your bench as many of those players that have a potential path to a starting job as you can, because you never know. Even if you don't need him, you might be now, maybe now you have Rashad White on your team and you have Rico Dowdle on your team. And these are trade assets. These are players that maybe you don't need to start, but you could package a few together and improve your team that way.
Yeah, great point. A great point. I mean, this is the time to really start looking at like what kind of trade capital you might have to upgrade your team and fill in some of these holes. Because I mean, listen, there's so many injuries happening right now that somebody in your league, especially in like both leagues, we're like 12-person leagues. Somebody needs somebody. It's 100%. Somebody needs somebody, and you can make a trade happen. So get smart. Get smart. Hey, we do have a question here, guys. Someone asking for a little advice. Jimbo Fisher, thanks for asking the question here over on YouTube. He's got a half-point PPR league. He said, pick 2. Slayton, Chase Brown, Rico Dowdle, or Michael Carter.
All right. So...
I mean, I know my first pick right away.
Yeah, we were just talking about Dowdle. Slayton also takes major relevance this week now.
That's
Neighbors.
where I was. That was my first instinct, was Slayton and Dowdle for sure.
Yeah. You guys have Miami this week, correct?
No. Giants have New Orleans this week.
Oh, well, either way, yeah. You definitely take Darius then.
I think Slayton's a good one. Chase Brown is an interesting one. I mean, I would put Chase. I mean, I would be happy to have Chase Brown on my team if I had the chance. I would take him over Michael Carter. I feel like, but
yeah, Brown's been. I mean, on paper, he's the strongest player of this group, in my opinion. But he hasn't been able to produce as well as he was drafted to. Yeah, and the downgrade at quarterback is not helping him. That team is not functioning well. I know Jamar Chase is not a part of this question here, but that's another indicator that the Bengals as a whole team have not been able to do what you expect them. So this is a fair question to see if you want to start Michael Carter now, who's going to get the start in Arizona after Trey Benson, surprisingly. Or do you go with the renowned name of Chase Brown? I'm not sure. This is a really tough one. I think I would lean on Slayton. I think I'm with you guys on Slayton. Yeah. And
Slayton's a great receiver for the Giants. He always has been. He's reliable, and he's fast and he's tall.
I mean, Chase might be a sketchy pick just because that's the European game this week, so they're going to be all screwed up from flying and. Playing at a wacky time, so maybe.
And let's also, I mean, the Giants are playing New Orleans, and and Wan'Dale Robinson would be if New Orleans is going to go into double coverage, they may start doing that to Wan'Dale Robinson, which he's been a great go-to target, right behind Malik Neighbors. But then that leaves, Jalen Hyatt open, and of course Slayton. So I would definitely pick up Slayton because I think Slayton's going to be the sneaky go-to for Jackson Dart.
Yeah, I like the matchup for Carter, but I think I'd probably go Dowdle if it were me.
All right.
It's a risky one, but good luck, my friend.
All right, Jimbo, there you go. Thanks for the question. Appreciate it. If anybody else has any questions, feel free to throw them in. Or if you have any comments, suggestions, whatever, leave them in. Or if you want to razz us or tell us how terrible we are or whatever it is, leave those in the comments too. We're happy to take the heat. All right, so let's get into a little bit of some people you may want to consider. And I just want to say too, you did mention it very quickly, Pablo, and I think it bears just mentioning a little bit deeper, is Jamar Chase. Now, I have Jamar Chase in both leagues, and it feels like he might as well be injured and because it is just absolutely miserable, because you know what the guy's potential is, and you know he can put up big points, but yet the Bengals can't get him the ball. Question is, if you are a Jamar Chase owner, do you just have to start him every week, hoping that this is going to be the week he goes off, or do you really start considering, is it time to bench him because they can't get him the ball? When does hope run out for Jamar Chase?
Josh, what are your thoughts on that? I got an opinion, but I want to check in with you, see what your thoughts are first.
I mean, at this point, I mean, it's week, we're week 5. It's not week 2, where we said don't panic. But
I'm hitting the panic button. I'll tell you that.
I'm in panic.
I'm in panic mode. I got him in both leagues. He's my number one, and I'm like, this is the week. This is the week, and like, I'm very, other Chase owners too. I mean, he was my keeper and my number one pick in the league. So, I am hitting the panic button a bit.
Yeah, I mean, I would, because you've got Jake Browning in there now. Joe Burrow's out for God knows who. I don't even think they've given much of a window for his return. So as long as he's out, I mean, it's time to put Chase on the bench and get points where you can.
Yeah, Pablo, what are your thoughts? I know you said you've got some opinions on this.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Jamar Chase is not going to help. I mean, clearly he's not going to help anyone on their bench, right? Yeah. But I think he's way too valuable to put on your bench. He's probably one of the most riskiest players that we have today to play with. And I think that if he were on my team, if I were managing Jamar Chase, you kind of have to take a chance, and either, if you believe in the team, and we all believe in the player, but if you believe it's actually going to happen, then you have to start him, because he's a week winner and he could do it any week. If somebody out there has too much concern to hurt their team, or depending on what your standings, what your record is, maybe you don't have room to take that type of chance, then I really, if it were me, I would really, really consider trading Jamar Chase, because somebody out there will value him very, very highly, as he should be valued. So instead of benching him, I would be more in favor of trying to package him, or flip him for some other asset that will produce. That's what I would do if I didn't feel confident to start him on my team. I'd probably rather start him and take the chance, but I don't know that I would want to bench him.
Isn't it wild that we're having this conversation right now, week 5, of a potential, and I mean, Pablo, you make a lot of sense. I mean, it's very logical, but the potential of trading Jamar Chase from your team, as trade capital. But I mean, it makes perfect sense. The guy's a wide receiver. If you can't get him the ball in any way, how can he do what he does? And from a fantasy perspective, he's just taking up space at this moment. So I'm trying to figure out, do I just keep starting him blindly every single week, saying this is going to be the week he's going to put up 20, 30 points in a game, or am I going to get another 3 to 8 points out of him, and and just watch somebody else on my team that's on my bench put up maybe anywhere between 15 to 20, 25 points, So it is tough being a Jamar Chase manager these days, which is, I can't even believe I'm saying that, but yeah, it is.
Well,
it could be advantageous for those people that need a quarterback. So now you've got something of value that maybe you're concerned about starting, that somebody else is willing to take a chance on and give you, a QB2 or something that you can at least play while injuries are on.
Yeah. I mean, especially in both these leagues, we're in Superflex leagues, so having 2 QBs running is quite valuable. Quite valuable. Any more thoughts on this before we move on?
Not necessarily, but yeah, I definitely, I like to entertain those ideas of trades. Even if a guy is really producing, trade should never be off the table. We should always be open to trade those guys if we feel like we can improve our team even further. Absolutely.
So let's talk about some possible sleeper picks here, since we were talking about waiver wire and guys going down and all these, a lot of moves happening. Let's look at some potential waiver wire pickups. I mean, we've talked about some of the more popular ones, right? Like Rashid White. We talked about Michael Carter. I mean, Amari DeMercado. Is that how you say DeMercado? DeMercado. Also in line. Is he somebody? He would be somebody I would absolutely pick up. I mean, he's in the mix there. I mean, between Carter and DeMar. But Carter getting the start? Is he the RB1 right now? Is that how it's looking on the depth chart?
It would appear to be, but DeMarcado has been around quite a bit as well, so I wouldn't be surprised to see a split backfield in Arizona to see who has the hot hand.
Right. Now, I was one of the people who immediately on the waiver wire put in for Malik Washington.
Good call.
I feel like, you know what? Yeah. I mean, I don't have Jalen Waddle, and I don't have Tyreek Hill, but I was like, you know what? Malik Washington is definitely. I heard somebody on another fantasy show call him the Timu Tyreek Hill, but he is fast and he is tall. He does have that. He's taller than Jalen Waddle, that's for sure. So I mean, is that a guy that everybody should be? I mean, you should be picking him up. I mean, if he's still, I can't imagine Malik Washington is still sitting out there in your waiver pool on the waiver wire in your fantasy league. But if he is, I mean, that's a guy you should definitely pick up. Is that a guy you would trade for? Would you trade for Malik Washington right now? Especially, I guess, if you were a Tyreek Hill manager.
Sure. I mean, he's got a path. I mean, Waddle will definitely move up on the depth chart, but so will Washington. So why not? I mean, their last game was pretty productive in terms of what the passing game was like. So I would definitely be interested in Washington.
All right. Here's some 3 names right here. I want to get your guys' opinions if you feel like these are worthy pickups. Trey Tucker from the Raiders.
Trey Tucker, that he flashed bright, very, very bright one week, but that is something that he didn't follow through with. His follow-up game was not that strong. I'm not convinced to chase that, but
okay.
If
not a bench stash for you.
Oh, absolutely. I want him on my
stash.
team for sure, but how confident am I to start him? That's a very, very risky one.
All right. Here's another name for you that's come up a little bit in some sleeper circles. Rashid Shaheed on the Saints. Now we know the Saints are a terrible team, horrible team. The tank is in, it seems, but is it worth having anybody from the Saints? I do have Olave. I will say I have Olave, and I still feel like Olave is going to get traded at some point. I feel like there's going to be a trade happen. He's going to go to a team that really needs a strong wide receiver. But Rashid Shaheed, is that a guy that you would pick up and throw on your team, bench stash, or desperation move?
What do you think, John?
Not a desperation move for this week. They're playing the Giants, and your defense is finally stepped up a little bit.
Hey, I'm starting the Giants defense this week. I'm like, we're going into the Saints. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good.
How many sacks did they have last week?
It was I forgot what the number was on sacks, but they had some nice sacks.
Yeah, I think you'd doubled, what you had in the first couple weeks combined. So, I wouldn't as a desperation move, I wouldn't grab him for this week as a bench asset, sure, but not I wouldn't start him this week.
All right. Your thoughts, Pablo?
I guess it depends on team needs. Like right now in the Dirt League, I'm really, really bare at wide receiver. I'd love to have – he's not available. Shaheed is not available in our league. I'd have to trade for him. I'd love to start Shaheed. I mean, as a spot start against the Giants, I would prefer him over some of the other options that we currently have out there in that Dirt League free agency.
Mm-hmm. All right.
But
go ahead.
No. I mean, it is definitely New Orleans is not a great start. Olave, definitely hold on to Olave. I think Olave will have some nice weeks coming up. I
do too. All right, here's another name in the mix here. Jalen Tolbert, wide receiver for the Cowboys. The Cowboys are pretty beat up at wide receiver. I mean, I have George Pickens on my team. Obviously, he's pretty much their top guy. But Jalen Tolbert, if he is out there, is that a guy you pick up?
I was looking at it this week, and I was asking myself the same question. So, what do you think, Pablo?
Same. I again with the Dirt League landscape, I definitely had to look Tolbert's way, and he seemed appealing compared to some of the other options, especially because CeeDee Lamb's not there, right?
Right.
How much is Pickens going to demand like the target share? Like he did great last week, and Pickens will still be very, very valuable, but he can't be the only guy. So I would definitely be willing to take a chance with Tolbert if you know.
Yeah, I mean, I think especially if I was out there and I was getting beat up on the wide receiver position, I think I would definitely get him on. He's definitely worth a stash at the very least. Just because, what if George Pickens goes down? I mean, it's just been like you can't say anymore that this guy. I mean, there's no such thing as this guy's not going to get injured. As we've seen, it's been brutal, absolutely brutal for these players, and the defensive plays, I mean, a lot of this stuff is clean hits, and some of them are just weird the way they come down, the way, they're turning on these turf, depending on which field they're playing in. We've all been screaming about the field at MetLife Stadium as the turf monster once again strikes again. And, we're just seeing it time and time again. So there is no such thing as that guy's not going to get hurt, or this guy's like safe. Like, I think you just got to do a little forward thinking and play a little bit of a what if scenario. I mean, there's only so much room on your bench, right? But I think you really gotta, with what we've seen, you gotta put a little foresight, I think, into some of these picks.
Absolutely.
Yeah, if you have CD, I mean, it looks like maybe another 2 to 3 weeks he'll be back. He did practice this week, so.
Ken is coming and saying, I scooped up Tolbert this week with Lamb out and Turpin banged up. There you go.
Absolutely, and
could be an interesting flex play. There you go.
This week they're playing against the Jets. Last week, both Tyreek and Waddle did well against the Jets. So why can't it be Tolbert's turn, right?
Right. Yeah. And speaking about the Jets, really quick, Isaiah Davis. That's a name that has been getting thrown around. That is definitely a guy you should be putting on your team now as a handcuff, because with Braylon Allen being injured, you could definitely see Davis getting in there now, since the Jets have lost one of 3 of their running back committee. And that's a guy you should definitely be putting on your bench now. If he's available, I would pick him up, because especially if you're, a Bryce owner.
That's smart. Absolutely. For sure.
Yeah. All right. I do see we have a question here. So let's answer this question real quick, and then we'll jump back in, and then we'll start going into picks. So Mo Diesel is coming in. He said, half PPR league. He said, start 3. A.J. Brown, Xavier Worthy, Rashid White, Jalen Waddle. And also bench one of these. Pittman, Zay Flowers, I'm blanking out, MHJ.
Marvin Harrison.
Thank you, Marvin Harrison, and Rashid White. So bench one of these, even though he's start one of these. So all right. Mm-hmm. So he's saying start. So let's look at the start 3. So start 3: AJ Brown, Worthy, Rashid White, Jalen Waddle.
I'm going to bench AJ Brown because I don't want to get burned with that. Yeah, no, I don't want to play with that.
Yeah.
Let him blow up on my bench if it has to be.
I'm with you on that one, man.
Yeah.
Hey, you could be on your bench reading books.
Start 3, I would go Worthy, Rashad White, and Waddle.
Yeah, I feel good about that pick. I mean, definitely Rashid White and Waddle. I mean, and Xavier Worthy being back. I mean, he is basically the number 1 in Kansas City. I mean,
yeah.
Are you in agreement with that, Josh?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right. So bench one of these: Pittman, Zay
Flowers.
Yeah, I think Zay Flowers.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you feel about that? Marvin Harrison. I mean, Marvin Harrison Jr. hasn't been doing much, but I think Zay Flowers is even in a worse spot considering their passing game is basically non-existent right now.
Yeah, and Lamar's not playing anyway, so
yeah.
I don't know. Who's Baltimore's backup? I don't even remember.
Cooper Rush.
Yes, that's right.
Cooper Rush.
We're going to see Cooper Rush this week.
But I mean, when you have Derrick Henry on your team, who's still a big weapon, I mean, it's going to be a lot of handing off the ball in short passes.
Fingers crossed. Let's hope to see that.
All right. So thank you for the question, Mo Diesel. Hopefully that helped for you, bud. All right. A couple quick more names here, unless you have anybody on your list, Pablo, you'd like to throw out.
Not necessarily. There's so much going on in terms of sleepers and potential players that we want to be mindful of. I think we touched on on the majority of the most important ones.
All right, so let's just do this. Let's just quickly run down some defensive starters this week, and then we'll run into our defensive matchups, and we'll start up into our picks. So good defenses to start this week? Question mark. Arizona versus Tennessee. Starting Arizona or benching them? Playing Tennessee.
I'm starting Arizona, literally.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Josh, how would you, if you had that, would you be starting Arizona?
Yeah.
All right. Colts, Raiders. Starting the Colts D. I would take that all day.
Yes.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Here we go. We did talk about this a little bit. Giants, New York Giants going into New Orleans. I am literally starting the New York Giants defense against the Saints. And to what Ken was saying here, Giants pass rush came through last week. Part of that was injuries on the Chargers, so the Chargers O-line, but they definitely did have a solid pass rush. Problem is we stink against the run. But I think New Orleans is such a terrible team. I think we're going to be pretty darn good. But that's would you be starting the Giants D this week if you could?
Yeah, it's a great option.
All right. And Minnesota D going into Cleveland. How you feeling about that matchup? Would you start the Minnesota D going into Cleveland?
Yeah, I think their record is their defense is better than their record is showing,
And they're playing against a rookie quarterback's first start. I definitely throw that defense in against Dylan Gabriel.
All right. There you go. I like it. Any other things to add to the mix there, guys?
I'm not necessarily. I think some of those defense that we named are probably the most relevant. I'd also keep an eye on the Saints defense, and I know we have great love for the New York Giants, but without Malik Neighbors, I want to say it's hard to not acknowledge that this offense is a little diminished, and we're putting a lot of faith, those New York fans, in some rookies. So there is a world where this might not work out, and the New Orleans defense might come out with some strong fantasy points this week.
Great point. I mean, listen, we're all hyped up about Jackson Dart here and Scattaboo. I mean, no doubt they bring a lot of energy, but hey, both are still rookies. I want to see this happen, but listen, great first week out as starter, Jackson Dart as a starter, but let's see what happens now in week 2. As he begins to play more, teams will start to figure him out more, and we'll see what kind of defensive schemes that these teams cook up for him to keep him from doing some of the things that he's been doing. Hopefully he starts playing. Listen, I love the kid's energy, but he's going to get hurt if he doesn't cool out some of this stuff. Kid needs to learn to slide a little bit.
He'll figure it out.
Yeah, he'll figure it out. Although Cam Scattaboo, man, I love it. I love watching him, but can you keep up that level of play, that complete smash mouth? The kid's like the juggernaut running through walls, but can you really keep that up? I mean, I hope he can, but it doesn't seem very much suited for the long term in today's NFL.
I mean, well, we're gonna find out, but for right now, I mean, he's young, so he can.
I love it.
He can at least play like this for a couple seasons,
Yeah, I mean, listen, he's he's short, but he's big. He's big. He's stout. He's big, and I like it. But
as long as he doesn't skip leg day.
Don't skip leg day. All right, so 2 more quick things, and then we're going to go to our picks, because these just came up too as far as tight end pickups, because we didn't really cover much tight ends. Jake Tongs and AJ Barner are those 2 names that you would pick up if they're available or make trades for it. Jake Tonner, tight end for 49ers, currently filling in for Kittle, who is injured. And AJ Barner, tight end with the Seahawks, seems to be emerging a little bit. Are those 2 tight ends you would be looking at, scoping out, picking up if they're available, or making any trades for, especially if you're a little weak on tight end?
So I think Tongs, I'll jump in first. Tongs definitely is a guy who has my attention. He's filling in for George Kittle very, very well. He actually played this past Thursday and had a really good game again. So, got another touchdown. I think that's definitely a guy who has earned opportunities even when Kittle gets back. Their receiving room is very depleted. So I'm sure that he would be a great add for any fantasy manager right now.
What about you, Josh? before we jump into this question?
Yeah, I think I'm actually probably going to pick up AJ Barner. If you look at his numbers for the past, he didn't do anything the first game. He had 2 targets. Excuse me, 1 target, didn't catch it. After that, the last 3 weeks he's been averaging 13 yards a carry, 23 yards, or excuse me, reception, 23 yards, and 11 yards a carry or a touch with 2 touchdowns in there. So
Yeah.
this kid's getting a lot of targets and he's catching the ball. He's only missed 2 targets so far, and out of 7 receptions, he's got 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. Definitely somebody to look at. And one more. I just because it was he had a great week and we love him and he's been a great NFL player. Darren Waller comes out of nowhere, comes out of retirement, plays for the Dolphins. Of course, played for the Giants. I made a jump. Like he's had 2 touchdowns. Those 2 touchdowns he had in that one game this week was great. Darren Waller, is he going to be? I mean, he's tall. He's the guy you want in the end zone. Is he somebody you should actually be picking up? Is he going to be a Dolphins offensive weapon moving forward, or do you think that was just sort of a one-off with Darren Waller this season?
I think that without Tyreek, he's definitely a player who should not be out on the waiver wire. We should all be looking to at least throw him on our bench and wait and see. But if you have to throw him out there, the tight end landscape is tough sometimes. So he would definitely be a player I would bet on, given the injury on Miami right now.
And Tommy Trumbull's another name that's been coming up a little bit too. From
Carolina.
Yeah,
he's been doing well.
You know, there's some guys you may want to look at if they're there and you got room on your bench. May not be worth, but may be worth just putting them on the bench if you got some room, or it could always be potential trade capital. So there's that as well. So always look to that, because even if you're not starting them, somebody else may need them, and if you can pick them up and then make a trade for a piece you do need, do that. All right. So one quick question here. Dirt Diff is asking, should I trade Scat for Chase Brown, Stephon Diggs, and Sam Laporte? Wow, that's a block, but that's a huge trade for one player.
Wow.
You're gonna get that for Scat. Someone's willing to make that trade, or someone's offered you that trade.
The commissioner's gonna let that happen?
I was gonna say the commissioner's gonna approve that one, unless you're the commissioner, I guess. But
that's a big one.
Yes. I mean, yeah, the commission's gonna allow it.
I mean, I would make that trade. I mean, you're getting a good running back, and you're getting receiver, and
I mean, I kind of want to know
good tight end.
Who you're gonna drop to fit, to fit that, unless you have an empty bench. And
yeah, I don't know.
Saying
big Giants fan. Yeah, I mean, listen, I mean that's from a fantasy perspective, though. I mean, those are all good points right there. I mean, that's an amazing trade if that can go through. I mean, I would take that trade, especially if I needed players in those positions for sure. Also, I mean, it could be good trade capital if you're looking to just make more upgrades and then use that and trade that out again for, maybe you need another QB or a better whatever. I don't know if you're in a super flex league, but there's a few moves you can make with that trade. But man, that's a blockbuster trade. That's definitely lopsided.
I want to know if that one goes through.
Yeah. What about you, Bob? Pablo, would you approve that trade?
I mean, I'm of the mindset that we're all grown ups. We all manage our teams, and that trade happens. It happens.
Right.
I'll play devil's advocate here. You're trading. The manager trading Scat away is trading the most productive player of this trade. You're trading that away. So if you're winning, if you're leading the league, and you're trading away the most valuable player to acquire 3 good players, but that are not producing, like, are you hurting your team?
It's a good point.
Like, I mean, we can definitely, yes, there's 3 assets. So we would expect that projections for the rest of the season would mean that those 3 players are going to contribute to your team stronger. But what does the rest of your team look like? Like, did you need another tight end? Maybe you did.
Right.
What's Stephon? How much faith do we have on Stephon Diggs? Like, is that a guy who we think is going to produce for our team? Because if you're not starting Stephon Diggs, then why? I don't know that it makes too much sense to trade Scatterboo away. I mean, unless the rest of your running back room is studded, and maybe you can afford that.
Mm-hmm. Those are all great points. All great points. So hopefully that helps there, Dirk Diff. Thanks for the question. Appreciate you. All right, guys, let's move into the portion of the show where we go through our league's matchups and do picks. We're going to try to run this through in 15 minutes for this league, and then we'll move over to the Dirt League and make our picks there. Real quick, taking a look at the standings. We'll look at the top 6 here. Manja Magic sitting at number 1, the only undefeated team left in our league right there. 4-0. Team Keg in the number 2 spot, 3-1. Suck My Dick with 3-1. My team, Goff My Lawn, sitting at 2-2. Keith's Cool Team at 2-2. And Super Lamera Brothers, league champ from last year, also sitting at 2-2. We had a lot of trades happen this week, as we were talking about. Pablo, you made a couple trade. I think you made a trade, or did you make?
Yep.
Did you make a trade? Yeah,
I did. I got in there with some trades. Yeah.
Yeah, you
At
got
least
in there with
one.
some trades. Yeah, a lot of good trades going on. So love to see the activity. Love it going. Right now, the game of the week, as determined by Yahoo, is Keith's Cool Team versus Team Keg. So let's start there. Let's take a look at that. Keith's Cool Team sitting in the number 5 spot there, and Team Keg sitting at number 2. Right now, projections are in Keith's Cool Team's favor, 167 to 136. Quickly, let's look at the matchup here. Josh Allen versus Baker Mayfield, A.J. Brown, Cooper Kupp, Zay Flowers, Keon Coleman, Darius Slayton, Isaiah Bond. It's a name haven't seen all season long, really. Kyron Williams, Jamar Gibbs, and then just to go down our super flex spots, Justin Herbert versus DJ Indiana Jones. Guys, looking at this, who do we think is coming out on top?
I mean, Keith's looking pretty good.
What do you think, Josh?
Kyron Williams coming out with 30, almost 31 points. And LA's defense doing nearly nothing is not helping. Is not helping the kegerator out.
No.
No, not at all. That's crazy. That's big
No,
points
Keith,
on a Thursday night.
Keith got out to a great start. Yeah, Kyron, even with a fumble, he still scored 30 fantasy points. That's fantastic.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Although I'm looking at this, Keith's got Cleveland's defense, which is projected for 12 points. There's absolutely no way that's going to happen.
Cleveland's defense is actually not so bad.
Against Minnesota, you think 11, almost 12 points?
I don't know. I mean, I think they're being a little generous there, but you know.
That's the London game too.
Yeah.
And Herbert can probably get way more than 26 points because I know our defense, and he's going to shred us on third downs and fourth down conversions. He's going to absolutely pummel us. So I think closer to 30 something for Justin.
So who do we feel like's going to win the matchup here in Yahoo's fantasy game of the week matchup?
I'm
going to go with Keith.
Yeah, I think I'm with Keith too. I think Keith's got this one in the bag. But hey, anything can happen. But I feel like he's got this one. Where are you at, Josh?
Yeah, I'm also with the Keg.
All right. Oh, you're with the Keg or Keith's Cool Team?
I'm sorry, Keith. Yeah.
All right. There we go. In the Yahoo
I saw Keg and I was like, beer.
Game of the week. Keith's Cool Team will be victorious over Team Keg. It is unanimous. All right. We do have a quick question here. Lost Tyreek and needed wide receivers. Just traded Wandell and JCM for Olave and Devontae Smith. Full PPR. Wide receivers now: DK, Devontae, Olave, McLaurin, Hunter, Kupp. That's a nice wide receiver room. Running backs: CMC, Barkley, Warren, Gainwell. Oh, Rashad White, Spears is on IR.
So traded.
It doesn't really. This really isn't a question. I guess this is just letting us know.
How do we feel about it? Yeah. What our thoughts are? He traded away Bill and Wandale to acquire Olave and Devontae Smith because he was wide receiver needy after losing Tyreek.
Yeah. Yep.
I like it.
I like it too. I mean, I think that's good. I think you got a good return, and your wide receiver room now is pretty darn good. I mean, I like that. That's a nice wide receiver room. And once again, I think Olave is going to get traded. I don't think he's going to be a Saint for the rest of the season. I think he's going to I think he's going to go to a team, and they're going to Saints are going to try to trade for some draft capital. But I mean, running back room's great too. I like it. Good trade. That's my thought.
I love, by the way, just real quick, that Bill is a rookie. We're at week 5. He's He's QB3 on Washington, and everybody knows that he's JCM is Bill.
Yeah.
Like you see JCM, you know who that is. That's
Bill.
Doesn't happen too often with a rookie.
Bill, love it.
I'm wearing Bill right now.
You are wearing.
There you go.
Bill. Look at you, supporting. All right, here we go. Next matchup we got here: Go Suck a Dak and Super Lamario Brothers. So, Kevin Williams' team sitting at 1-3 in the 9th spot versus Wayne's team 2-2 sitting at number 6. Very even projections here: 137 to 137.82 in favor of Super Lamario Brothers. But man, oh man! But look at this matchup: Drake May and Jake Browning. In our QB1 spots, Justin Jefferson, Michael Pittman, Quentin Johnson, Wan'Dale Robinson, Stephon Diggs, Travis Hunter, Trayvon Henderson, Derrick Henry, RJ Harvey, which has been a name everybody's been hot on over the last couple of weeks, Alvin Kamara, Hunter Henry, Sam Laporta. Then we go down to real quick looking at our super flex spots: Dak Prescott versus Cooper Rush, and the New Orleans D. In Minnesota D. Although New Orleans D getting some generous 10.52 projections there. Anyway, looking at this matchup, guys, how you feeling? Who do you think's going to win this one?
This is a tough
This one's close. Yeah, very.
I mean, I definitely think Drake May. I mean, Drake May is going in. New England's going into Buffalo, and Cincy is going into is playing Detroit versus Detroit. Two really tough teams. However, I think Drake May is probably going to have the better day because Jake Browning is terrible.
He's banking on.
I will give props to Wayne though. He was shucking and jiving, trying to make deals this week because he needed 2 QBs.
He was hurting, man. Yeah, he was wheeling and dealing this week for sure.
He got both.
He
QBs.
had to.
Yeah, he did well. He's. I would say Willie's banking on that New England stack that's going into Buffalo in prime time. So Henderson, Stephon Diggs, and Drake May. I think that's a lot of eggs in one basket. And Hunter Henry. Yes. So 4 Patriots going into Buffalo. If that doesn't work out well for New England, I think Lamario brother is going to have an easy path to win. My pick will be Super Lamario.
All right. There you go. Josh, where are you feeling on this one?
Yeah, I'm with Wayne on this one. I'm going with I'm with Pablo on this, going with Lamario because you guys know how I feel about stacking QBs and wide receivers. Now it's QBs, wide receivers, tight ends.
Yeah.
And that's against Buffalo's defense. So
I am
right.
I get what Pablo is saying, and it's definitely a risky move. But if it pays off, it's gonna be really good.
But they all have to be productive. Like all 4 of them on the same team. That's really tough.
I want to get
playing away.
I want to feel good for Willie. I want to go. That's a bold move, Cotton.
I'm gonna ask him tomorrow how many garage beers he had before he decided to stick with this lineup.
You know what? Just because I just want to throw a grenade in this. I'm gonna go suck a Dak. I want to see if this pays off.
I mean, he's decimated with injuries and he had Bucky Irving. I'm sure this is not his preference. I know. It
Bucky,
happens,
Yeah, Bucky is his boy. He had Bucky last year too. It did good for him, and now he's injured. So, although I do have one of the backups there. So Willie, just saying, I'm open to talks. Open to talks. All right, so there you go. You guys have both gone with Super Lamario Brothers. I am going with Go Suck Dak for this pickup. All right, for that matchup. All right, CD's Nuts versus Grudy McGruden face. Josh, this is your team. Right now, you are favored 139 to 129. Looking down this really quick. I mean, you came out. Puka had a great night. On Matt's team, he's starting CJ Stroud. You're starting Patty Mahomes, and we got Devonta Smith. Like I said, Puka already went on your side. Nice 24.5 points. Garrett Wilson, Jackson Smith-Nigma, Xavier Worthy, Jerry Jeudy. Hanging in there with Jerry Jeudy, Nick Chubb, Breece Hall. Matt probably hasn't gone through this yet, so he does have an empty running back spot at the moment. So his projections will change once he figures out what he's doing there. Jake Ferguson, Zach Ertz, and he's also Jalen Waddle, owner there, Christian Kirk. And then looking at Superflex, Spencer Rattler versus Josh, starting Rashad Bateman. That's a bold move, Cotton.
Well, with Purdy out, I was trying to pick his backup up from Keith, and we haven't come to an agreement. Keith, let's make this trade.
I mean, I have a little advice for you, my friend, but you know.
Oh yeah. What do you got?
I would probably. I mean, you have the Hawkinator on your bench.
I'll probably swap just because
I would swap him into that super flex spot just because. Once again, the quarterback situation going on in Baltimore is not great.
Yeah, that's kind of probably what I was thinking. If Puka didn't come out and crutch it last night, then I would have been pretty well screwed.
And I'm sure once Matt has a chance to go through his lineup here, he'll make a move here.
I assume.
Yeah,
I mean, he has Charbonnet in, so or maybe he'll make a trade.
Yeah, he just got Sharb, so I'm sure that's his plan to. He just traded for Charbonnet, so I'm sure he'll start him.
Yeah. All right. So how you guys feeling about this one? Who we picking?
Josh, you go first.
This is a coin flip, and this is my damn team. I mean, I'll go with myself. I think
you should go with yourself.
Mahomes against Jacksonville. That's going to be pretty steep. I think Bill's going to get plenty of touches this week, and then
I think Puka's leading the way here. I think he's leading the way.
Yeah, with that TJ Hawks swap, I think I'll be okay. Puka is the one that saved me right so far.
I mean, you got Breece Hall going into Dallas too, and Dallas defense stinks right now. So I mean, I like that as well. But my pick is going up with you, Grudy McCruden face. Pablo, where are you at?
I'm gonna go with the underdog here. I'm gonna pick Dunn. I think his once he adds Sharp there, the projection won't be that far off. I think I like a lot of the players that he has on his team. Mm-hmm. That'll be my pick.
All right, very good. All right, we got a couple questions coming in. Just want to remind everybody, because the show has been going over, we will be going over today. So for those of you listening on Radio Garden State, you're going to want to switch over to YouTube or Facebook. You can head over to the Touchdown Talk Facebook page on Facebook there, and we are streaming there. And, of course, YouTube as well. You can find it under my name, Chris Vaglio, so that way you guys can continue watching and having fun. But we will be leaving the Radio Garden State feed starting at 11 a.m. and turning it over to I think Sunflower Hour or Mix at 6. One of them was on at 11. So, but real quick, let's answer one of these questions from Dustin Wells. He's saying, "What's up, fellas? Pick 2 for full flex PPR. Pittman, J.K. Woody,
J.K. Dobbins.
Thank you. Woody, Carter, or DeMarcado. So once again, pick 2 for full flex PPR. Pittman, J.K. Dobbins, Woody
Marks.
Woody Marks. I just picked him up too. Yeah, Michael Carter or Eric DeMarcado.
I got my 2. What's up, Dustin? Josh, do you have your 2? Do you want a minute? You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it. I'm up considering.
I would go with Woody, and I would definitely throw Pittman out there. I think Pittman has not started as strong as he's going to end the season. I got my faith in Pittman, so that'll be Michael Pittman will be the guy I throw in there along with Woody.
Yeah, I picked up Woody, and I started him this week because he's looking good, and I definitely was a little late at running back, so I saw him out there and I got him. But I think Pittman would be good too. I would definitely over J.K. Dobbins for sure. Although you know, we were talking about Michael Carter. I mean, also definitely another good pick there. I mean, but I think Pittman. I agree. I think Pittman's a little bit of a stronger play.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Pittman and Carter. I mean, Pittman and DeMarcado. I mean, Carter's further down the depth chart for Arizona's running back, so I think Pittman and DeMarcado was going to be the move.
All right, there you go. Hopefully that helped, Dustin. Thanks for the question. Hippo AI or Hippo Al. I don't know if it's AI or Al, but love it. Is Trey Tucker a good start with how inconsistent his targets are? Great question.
Man,
I don't know if I would start him, but if it's my only option, if I don't have any other option, then I would, because if I got nobody else. But if I have another option on my bench, I probably wouldn't.
It's Gino. So that's why it's
Yeah. I mean,
They're
Gino's
playing-
not been great.
They're playing in Indianapolis. If you have to pinch your nose and throw them in your lineup, I would do it, but it's super risky, super risky. I would try to avoid it if I could, but with bye weeks and injuries, sometimes we can't afford that commodity.
No. No, exactly. So if you got someone else on your bench, I would hopefully you got somebody, or maybe there's somebody on your waiver wire that's a little more consistent. But I mean, if you're stuck with that, then hey, you gotta do it and hope for the best. But if you got another option, I would look at other options for sure. Ken Ventry coming in with no one knows how DeMarcado or Carter will be used. Very true. I guess we'll find out. I mean, it may be committee. One may get more of the. I guess we'll have to see. So I guess that'll pay. I mean, just because it goes this week doesn't mean it's going to be the same thing next week either. So this is what happens a lot of times in these situations. So if you got them both, hey, good, hang on to them because it could be good trade capital, and you just don't know. But right now, yeah, it's a little bit of a coin toss which one is going to be used more than the other. Another question here for Shelp from Shy Boy La Poppy. Shaboy, I can't say it, but
Chaboy Puppy.
Shaboy Poppy. There you go. Need help. 0-4. Oof. Sorry, bud. Redraft trade away. Lamb.
Brian Thomas Jr.
Thank you, Brian Thomas Jr. Rashad White for Pickens, Rashid Rice, and Charbonnet. Well, Lamb isn't playing for a bit.
I think I would do it.
I think I would do this too. I mean, Rashad White's really the one on there that's going to probably get some time, but Pickens is right now the number one. Rashid Rice is coming back, and he'll be right there in the mix. And Sharp's been getting some good touches. Plus, he's a good handcuff to have in case in case Kenneth Walker goes down.
I would try to get more for Lamb. Like Lamb might be coming back really soon, and that's going to depreciate Pickens' value. So I would try to get a little bit more than Pickens for Lamb. But I like Rice. I like Charbonnet. So I definitely like the trade. What do you think, Josh?
Good advice.
Yeah, I agree. Because I think it's going to be 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to see CD back, and then Pickens' production is going to plummet.
Right, exactly.
Well, there you go. Hopefully that helped, buddy. Good luck to you. And 0-4, I know, but hey, there's only one way, but up right now.
Keep up the good work, though. See, 0-4 managers never give up.
That's right. Never give up. Be looking for those trades, man. Make it happen.
That's it.
Make it happen. All right. Dustin Wells coming back. I appreciate you all. Got one more for you. Ertz with Daniels back or Kelsey?
I know what Josh is going to say.
Yeah, I'd go with Ertz. I mean,
I would go with Ertz.
Yeah.
he's been when Daniels is in, he's been targeting him a lot.
Yeah.
Especially in the red zone. So now you're getting yardage, and you're getting you're getting an extra 6 points for TDs.
Yep, I would definitely Ertz over Kelsey. Kelsey's declining, man. This is probably going to be it for him.
I think this is last.
But
season.
he's you'll see some flashes here and there, but he's not. He's old. It's fine. He's played. He's old. He's a little banged up. He still can be a threat out there, but
Ertz is not a spring chicken either. But
but he's being used.
I would start. Yeah, I like his present scenario more than
he's got
Kelsey's.
more production than Kelsey right now.
Yes, 100%.
So and when we're playing fantasy, that's all that matters.
That's it.
All right, one more question here. This has been great, though. I love these questions, guys. Thank you so much for bringing them up. This is a lot of fun for us. So, Jacob R. Is saying, who should I pick up to start full PPR? Rashad White, Rico Dowell, and Woody Marks. So I'm gonna guess it's only one of these. I'm gonna go with the question is who should I pick up, and it would be only one of these guys.
What do you guys think? I know which one's my favorite right here, but
yeah, I mean, I think I would go with Rashad White, just because he's gonna get the start, and Tampa loves the run game there. But I mean, Rico Dowell's a good pick too. I mean, I did pick up Woody Marks, but I think he's somebody I picked up because I needed help at running back for sure. But
I would go Woody.
You would go with Woody over all these guys.
I would go Woody.
I mean, I'm starting Woody.
I think White is going to have, he's going to get the start this week because
Ken agrees too. Woody.
Yeah, I think White's
Ken
going to get
loves
the full workload because Bucky's out this week. But thinking long term, Rashad White is not going to have as much season long value as Woody could have. He's a rookie, so who knows? But I like the usage that he's been given so far, and I think every week it's been ascending. So I'm very optimistic about Woody for the rest of the season.
Well, there you go. Hopefully I helped, Jacob. All right, let's go. Another question here. Chivalry King. I love that. Should I trade Chase Brown, Chris Godwin, DeMarcado, and Carter? So you have them both for Cortland Sutton in a standard league. So wait, is it, I guess one of these guys for Cortland Sutton? I would say no. I mean, hopefully you're not saying trade all three of these guys for Cortland Sutton. I'm going to go with you're going to trade one of these guys for Cortland Sutton. I don't think I would, especially Chris Godwin. It's too early.
Yeah, if it's one of these, Sutton has been producing.
He has been
more than the rest of them. So I kind of see why you would be interested. These he had one bad week, but the rest of the weeks he's been doing pretty decent.
I mean, I guess unless you're really, really hurting at wide receiver and you need somebody else, but I would hang on to Godwin if you don't have a lot of guys, because I think he's going to heat up as the season goes on. If you are really struggling at wide receiver, then I would probably then Chase Brown. I mean, DeMarcado, Carter right now we're not sure, but I mean, I guess those wouldn't be bad assets to trade away if you really need wide receiver help.
It is a standard league. What do you think, Josh? No PPR value here, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I don't think that would be. Yeah, I would love to know if it's like all those for Cortland Sutton, because that doesn't seem. It can't be.
There's no way.
I can't see any. I mean, maybe DeMarcado and Carter for Cortland, but I wouldn't give up Chase Brown or Chris Godwin for him.
I want to say team needs need to be taken into consideration here. Sutton's the guy, and he's been producing. So if you needed a wide receiver, Chase Brown isn't doing it for you. Chris Godwin, yeah, he's easing in, but what's Chris Godwin's target share going to be there once Evans is back to full health? He's got Ibuka, who's taken a lot of attention from the quarterback. So, Sutton might not be a bad trade to move towards, in my opinion.
Or if Malik Washington's available in your league, pick him up and don't make this trade.
There's a thought.
And there you go. There you go. That's a good thought. All right. Wow. We've gotten a lot of questions today. I appreciate everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, guys.
Yeah. These are great. So thank you. You can keep them coming. We're just going to continue on with our picks here. We are going to wrap the show up by 11:30 though, just so everybody knows. So, but keep them coming. We're going to move this along much, much faster here. So, let's keep it going here. Let me bring this back up here. Our handy dandy. Here it is. Boom. There
we got three more games.
Three more games to go through here. All right. Matchup here. Scataboom versus right now, first place, the only undefeated team left in the league.
First versus last.
Magic. Yep. Number 1 versus number 12. Ken's team. Scataboom. All right. Here we go. Matching up here. Jackson Dart versus Kyler Murray. Nico Collins versus Marvin Harrison Jr. Ibuka versus Brian Thomas. Lad McConkey. Jamison Williams. Devon Achane versus Saquon. Of course, Cam Scataboo versus CMC, who had a great game the other night. 27.9 points. Then looking down here, Bryce Young in our Superflex spot versus Alec Aminor. And then choosing to start New York D against Indy. Against the Indy D. Indy going into Vegas. So, all right, guys. Right now, tight projections, 155 to 156. Can the last place team deliver a loss to the last undefeated team in the league, Manja Magic? Your thoughts, guys?
Look, we can't let BB go undefeated this season. Ken. So.
BB, if you're listening.
Sorry, BB. I mean, Ken's got the Giants stacking. So, It's all contingent on if the Giants can go into New Orleans and beat them up, which I think they will.
I
think
do
they will
too.
too. Yeah.
I think Scadaboo's projection is way lower. He's gonna rip through those guys like they're toilet paper.
Yeah. Dart too. Dart's gonna have a great game.
I think so too. I mean, New Orleans is not a good team, and I don't know. I mean, obviously these guys are professionals. It's not like they want to lose, but they need to reset that whole franchise, and they're going to try to do it through the draft. They're going to try to get those big draft picks.
Yeah, and Bryce Young too against Miami, so he could have a pretty good game down there.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is tight, man. I don't think Kyler Murray is very good at all. I really don't. I mean, he has days, but I mean, he is going into Tennessee, so it is what it is there. I mean, maybe he'll have a better day than he did last week for sure. I mean, Viv's got some great pieces here. Of course, Saquon, but they're going into Denver. Denver's a good team, the team to beat. Hopefully they beat Philly. Just got some good pieces here, but I got a feeling, man. I think I'm gonna go with Scadaboom. I mean, why not? Let's get a little controversy going on. I think Viv's gonna get delivered a loss by the last place team this week and tarnish that record. No longer undefeated. I'm gonna go with Scadaboom.
Yeah, I think the same thing. I would, if I was Ken, though, I might look at swapping out Ridley for DeMarcado. The last I saw, I think he's a game time decision. And
he was limited to practice, questionable. So it is deemed. I guess it is going to be a game time thing.
So yeah, I would probably put DeMarcado in just to even if he does play. I mean, obviously he's coming off injury, so he's probably not going to get. I don't think he's going to put up 13.5 points like the projection showing.
I mean, he did pick up Tolbert too, but I mean, DeMarcado would be a good play, at least for now, even though we don't know what's going to happen there.
I like the Lad McConkey trade. Just want to call that out. We didn't.
Yeah,
really
great trade this week.
Yeah, I think that was a good addition to Ken's team. I think he's got a really, really strong hand this week, but I'm going to be smart and pick Manja Magic for the win and make sure the household is all happy with my pick. But no, I think that even though she's not starting, she's starting a wide receiver in her super flex, she could do better than that. I think that it's not easy to do, but listen, trades are always an option all the way through until Sunday game time.
Yeah.
I think that undefeated Magic might still give her a little bit of an advantage, so that'll be my pick for this week.
Manja Magic right there for you. All right, quick question here. Do you guys like Cards or Colts defense this week? We did talk about this a little bit before. Colts. I'm taking the Colts D. I would take the Colts over the Cards for sure. That's definitely my pick.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. That's it. That's in the books. That's what we like. All right, moving along there. So we got our picks in on that one. All right, Swift kick in the pits versus Suck My Dick. We got number 10 versus number 3 in the league. Swift kick in the pits needs an icon. Kevin just being a gray box right now. Man, oh man, look at this quarterback lineup. Carson Wentz going up against Sam Darnold. Tat McMillan going up against Amon-Ra, Cortland Sutton, who we were talking about before, Jacoby Myers, Chris Godwin, Hollywood Brown, Rico Dowell, Omarion Hampton, who's been just lighting it up, looking good. Going into Washington there, Josh, there you go. Ashton Genty, Pacheco, Dalton Kincaid, who's getting traded around this whole week, versus Chig, and then Ken Walker, Theo Johnson, and Bo Nix and Justin Fields in the Superflex spots in Houston and Philly D. All right, right now, Swift kick in the pits is the favorite, 140 to 135, but it's not a runaway here. Your guys' thoughts, man? Carson Wentz is unbelievable. I can't believe we're still talking about Carson Wentz here in 2025.
Yeah, it's insane that he came off the couch and is looking like a very, very competent play for fantasy football. Like he's been putting up some good points.
Yeah. I mean, literally got off the couch.
Yeah, and if you I don't know. I don't. If I had the choice, if I had them both on my team, I had to choose one, Darnold or Wentz. I might go Wentz.
You know what? I mean, Sam Darnold's been, I mean, listen, it's like he's definitely better than Geno Smith. I'll tell you that. I mean, um, Carson Wentz, I mean, from a fantasy perspective, has been a bit better.
Yeah, let's
I mean,
see what happens. I like the lineups though. I like both of them.
Yeah, I mean, this is pretty even. I do like, Godwin's getting better projections this week. And I do think you're going to start seeing more and more of him. I mean, a lot of these players we've talked about here today. But I like the lineups on both sides. I am going to go with Swift kicking the pits, though. That's going to be my pick.
Josh, which way do you lean?
Yeah, I think I'm going the same way. Yeah, with the pits.
All right, and where are you going, Pablo?
I'm gonna go with Ditka's team.
All right, Ditka, love it. All right, there we go. It's in the books, guys. In the books. All right, here we go. Moving on to our last matchup. It's the host bowl. a touchdown talk bowl. Goff My Lawn, which is my team, versus Pablo's team, Bark at the Moon. There you go. This is the touchdown talk bowl. And right now, projections are in my favor at the moment. Matthew Stafford had a good game for me this week, so he was in my super flex spot, almost 40 points. But starting at QBs here, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Jamar Chase, who we've been talking about all day, versus going up against Debo, George Pickens, Devontae Adams, who had a nice game for you too, Pablo. Good to see him getting in the mix there. Chris Olave, T. Higgins, James Cook, Chase Brown, Woody Marks, who we've been talking about, Tony Pollard, Brenton Strange, Jawan Johnson, Malik Washington was a pickup for me this week, David Montgomery, and of course Matt Stafford, Trevor Lawrence, and Superflex. And then Seattle D, I'm starting going into Tampa Bay, and you are going with Arizona going into Tennessee. All right. Well, I think I'm definitely picking my team. And Pablo, I know you're picking your team. As you should.
Yep, I am. So Josh, do the tiebreaker here.
It's gonna be close, I think, but I gotta go with Chris. Chris, I do have a question for you.
Yes, sir.
What's your strategy holding on to Shedeur Sanders?
So I just picked him up because I go, he's gonna be next man up. I think he's next man up, and I think it's gonna happen a little bit deeper. And I think he's going to be starting in Cleveland before the season's up. I had a feeling he was out there. Yes. And I just said, you know what? I'm just going to pick him up because maybe I'll need him. Maybe he'll be trade capital deeper into the season as everybody's losing quarterbacks. So, or I'll just drop him. And, but I have a feeling he's going to see the field. That's my thought. I think he's going to start showing up around week 8 or week 9. That's my strategy.
I was just curious.
Yep.
I think they might trade him. Actually,
they might, but either way, I think he's going to start. I mean, I think he'll start before he gets traded.
Interesting.
Yeah. So, all right. So there's the picks. Ken's coming in with razzing us here. Are you guys keeping records of these picks every week? Show the standings, you cowards. I haven't been keeping track, to be honest with you. Last year we did keep track. This year, I don't think we've been doing a good job keeping track.
I have it written down. I have to look back at those standings. I haven't really been keeping the tally on it though.
Yeah, so we'll have to maybe try to get that updated for the previous for next week.
Absolutely.
So, all right, guys. Well, hey, that is it for this league, the LOEMP League. And once again, as it stands now, Manja Magic in first place, Team Keg at 2, Suck My Dick at 3, Golf My Lawn at 4, Keith's Cool Team at 5, and Super Lamero Brothers at 6. As I cough here, I'm losing my voice. So, all right, let's keep it going. We're going to go over to our Dirt League now and do our picks there and then wrap the show up. We're going to move this along much faster than we have been. So as we go, feel free to drop any questions. And while I'm making the switch over, you guys got anything real quick before I make the switch over here?
Actually, while we're finishing up LOEMP, there was Chris and I, you and had discussed earlier this week about limiting QB drafts for next season. which has caused some people issue this year. So I don't know what, tell the people what your thoughts are on how things went this week for some people in the league.
Well, I mean, listen, I mean, we're in a super flex league, and so everybody wants to get quarterbacks in, but I think when you start having like 4 quarterbacks on your team, that can be a real issue. There's no rules against it. So right now it's not breaking the rules, but it is something to maybe look at if we continue doing a super flex league, and maybe we try to limit and make it a little bit more competitive that way, where you can't have 4 quarterbacks on your team. was the school of thought of trying to make it a little bit more competitive that way, where, hey, I mean, obviously you can do trades and all that, but right now it's not a rule. So you can have as many quarterbacks on your team as you want at the moment. But yeah, school of thought is to maybe limit the quarterbacks.
If anyone out there wants to chime in, definitely, I think this is great to have a conversation about, get feedback from all listeners out there.
Yeah.
I definitely have been a part of leagues where we had positional limits. My personal preference is not to have limits. I like to mimic a little bit more of what the NFL does. You could have on your roster, you could have as many quarterbacks as you want. Yeah, we have emergency quarterbacks in real life, and you can't just have them all on your bench to be active. So some of the rules are different, but I think that it's really hard when you start with those positional limits, because it really limits you on, like, let's say Jackson Dart, like he's a quarterback, even though he wasn't starting on the season. Sometimes throughout the season you have a lot of turnover with positions, so you might find yourself with 4 starting quarterbacks eventually, even though you didn't necessarily acquire them as starting quarterbacks. Mm-hmm. So I think it helps to increase the possibility of trades. I think that's all fun part of the game, but I totally get that that's not everybody's preference, and positional limits are definitely something that can be implemented. I think for next year, if that's how the league feels, we, and as a majority, we could certainly throw that as a rule change, that we could add positional limits. I would say if we're going to limit positions, we're going to want to limit all of them, and not just one, not just pick and choose, but
I think it should
to
be
limit
fair.
running backs, to limit wide receivers, to limit tight ends. It was never my preference, but hey, man, that's what we all want.
Well, Ken is coming in with a few. He goes, I'm open to a few possibilities. Remove Superflex is another option. Get rid of Superflex, and then that also, I think, would limit the hoarding of QBs potentially. And obviously, and he's saying limit QBs. So, all right, so a little feedback there. Anybody else who's listening? I mean, how do you guys do it in your league? Are there limits? Are you no limits? Are you Superflex, not Superflex? Or, is everybody just being a bunch of babies here and should just handle it? But
there's no wrong way to go.
There's no wrong way. You are absolutely right. I think it all goes down to the league and how the league wants to play.
Right.
The majority,
Preference.
It's majority rules. So, but let us know. We'd love to hear from you guys. Get some feedback. All right, let's move into the last portion of our show here, where we do picks for the other league that Pablo and I also play in, and that is the Dirt League. And let me bring that up here. Here we go. All right, the Dirt League. And this is also, Pablo, you want to set this up really quick? What the Dirt League, how we have this set up?
Absolutely. We got a 12-team league here, half PPR, super flex, starting 2 wide receivers, 2 running backs, 1 tight end, and a regular flex. Also with IDPs, individual defensive players. And currently we have Ginger Ninja in first place, leading the league in points.
Look at that.
Shark Bait, the reigning champ, closely in second place.
Yeah. This is I like looking at these standings, because especially Ginger Ninja, who had not a great season last year, but started coming on strong at the end, and now here she is in first place. Love it. Absolutely love it.
Yep, on fire.
I have fallen. I am 1-3. I've fallen down to the number 10 spot. So I gotta make careful I don't get into the Turd Bowl trophy contention here. So
that's right. I missed that part. Yeah, we have a last place trophy in this league, which is fantastic. So yeah, yes. Great ingredient about this league.
Yeah, I got to get out of the Turd Bowl territory here, which is still a long season. Got a ways to go. I'm not panicking at all yet. Chris Carr coming in, who's also in the Dirt League here, said no limits. You want 5 QBs? Go for it. We are playing a game in any edge you can get. There you go. Chris Carr weighing in.
Yeah, I mean, to Chris's point, if you go during your draft and you start adding quarterbacks, you're not adding other skill positions. So other teams will have stronger running backs, stronger wide receivers because you're adding so many quarterbacks. It's like a double-edged sword. There's a pro and a con to both strategies.
Yep. No, well said. Well said. All right. So the game of the week, according to Yahoo, has picked the game of the week. BMF versus Show Me Your TDs. That is Yahoo's pick for game of the week here. So let's take a look at that, and we'll start here. So BMF, Ruben's team sitting in the 4th spot versus number 3, Chris's team, who just was on here. Show Me Your TDs. Looking at this, Carson Wentz, who we were just talking about, going up against Jalen Hurts, Jefferson, Keenan Allen, Amon-Ra St. Brown, Xavier Worthy, Alvin Kamara, Javonte Williams, Eric DeMarcado, Rico Dowell, and just going down here in the Superflex spot, Spencer Rattler and Baker Mayfield, and then Detroit and Buffalo defensive respectively. Right now, not a runaway projection, but Show Me Your TDs is showing the edge in the projections here. How do you guys feel? Which way do you think this is going to go?
I'm gonna lean towards BMF on this one. Like we were talking about Carson Wentz before and how he's been putting up pretty good numbers. And they're in Cleveland, which their defense is decent, but I think he can stack up, with Justin Jefferson. I think that's gonna bump him up way past his projected numbers.
Yeah.
And I just can't pull for Jalen Hurts, especially in Denver.
All right. How about you, Pablo? How are you feeling about this one?
2 strong teams at 3-1. I like the picks Chris has made here. Keenan Allen, blast from the past, coming back to LA and being really dominant. I think that's part of the reason why his record is so great right now. Having Keenan Allen on your team is definitely a huge plus. I think my pick will be Show Me Your touchdowns. I think it's going to be close, but I think his team is really good. So that'll be my pick.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with TDs as well. I think that he does have the edge here. I like what I'm seeing. Not that BMF can't give him a run for his money. I think this is going to be a tight matchup, honestly. But I think at the end of the day, TDs, Chris's team is going to come out on top. So that will be my pick as well. Chris Carr saying to me in the comments, Chris Vagley, I'll polish up that trophy for you to look good in your house. Chris Carr, the current holder of the poop trophy, the turd
That's
trophy.
right. Yeah, let's clarify that. Yeah, Chris Carr currently looking good at getting away from that trophy this season.
Yeah. So, but I there's plenty of time for me to get out of poop trophy contention here. I'm not freaking out yet.
No, it's early. It's early.
All right, Primo Dolas Matador versus Bodie McBoatface, 2-2 versus 1-3, number 7 versus number 11 here. We got Mikey's team and Pam's team facing each other right now. Mikey's team off to a good start, 151 to a 123 projection. Kyron Williams giving him 26 points there, so he's got a nice jump. We got Patty Mahomes going up against Bryce Young, Nico Collins, Garrett Wilson, Alec Amore, Khalil Shakir, as we said, Kyron Williams, Jordan Mason, Breece Hall, Chuba Hubbard, who is out. That's going to have to be a swap. Pam's going to have to make out. I also have Chuba Hubbard on my other team. I had to sit him. Going down in our Superflex, C.J. Stroud, Kyler Murray. Also some Quentin Johnson, Brian Thomas Jr. action there too. So looking at this, I know Pam's going to have to make her swap here, and she's got some options on her bench that she could do.
She's got Bill,
so that wouldn't be a bad swap there. And she also has Slayton on her bench too, so she could maybe make a few moves here if she decides to swap out some players here. But I'll go off with this right now. Prima, the projected strong winner here.
Mm-hmm.
My pick, I think, just strength of roster here. I think I'm going to go with Prima on this pick, just because I just feel like Prima has the. I think Mikey's got some good firepower, and I think that Pam's got. She'll make some moves here, but I do feel like at the end of the day, Prima's going to take this one.
Yeah, I agree with that. The star power in there is just ridiculous, and Kyler Murray stinks, as we had. And it's fun to say, so I'm going with Prima de los Matadores.
Yeah, same. I'll side with Prima. He actually has a linebacker there's projected for 0, so I'm sure he'll fix that, and that'll make the projection even more in his favor. That'll be my pick. Prima Diddle's Matador.
All right, there you go. That's official. It's in the books. All right, moving on. Let's go to our league. Right now, number 1 in our league versus number 12, Ginger Ninja versus Tina's team, the Sicilians. Right now, 140 to 127 projections, and Ginger Ninja out to a good start with 16.5 points. Devonta Williams played the other night, and she had our kicker go, Joshua Carty. Looking at our QB starts here, Bro Nix and Tina having to start Dylan Gabriel, who's getting the nod in Cleveland with them benching Joe Flacco and now starting to go through their quarterback room there. So, and Shedeur Sanders probably not too long to start as well. Although, Tina does still have a pretty good lineup here. Cortland Sutton, Michael Pittman, Omarion Hampton. She's got Scat, Brock Bowers, who's still questionable at this point, but she's got Pacheco, Hollywood Brown, and then she's got Philly D on the other side. Pickens, Taylor, J.K. Dobbins, Hunter Henry, Olave, Jaden Daniels in Superflex. How do you guys feel about this lineup? Is Heather going to keep the number 1 stat here, or do you think the Sicilians have a shot?
I think the Sicilians have a shot. I mean, like I said, with Scat in there, I think he's going to put up bigger numbers than he's shown. And I'm also not stupid enough to pick against a Sicilian, so I'm going with Tina on this one.
Yeah, I mean, Dylan Gabriel, man. I mean, that's a giant. Like, what is gonna go on there? I mean, is this guy gonna make anything happen? So 9:30 too. This is a European game, right? This is in is this in London or is this in
it is
Ireland?
London.
Yeah,
London. Josh, Omarion Hampton for the Chargers has been doing very, very well a couple weeks in a row now. What do you think his production will be against Washington's defense?
I think that's probably what they're projecting is pretty good. I mean, our upfront defense has been pretty good. It's been mostly third downs or, third and longs, second and longs where we've been giving up major yardage. So that usually comes down to a tight end or, a wide receiver. So I don't know that he's going to do he's not going to be as productive as he has been.
Good to hear. I think that the Sicilians definitely has a chance. Those running backs they're really explosive, so they could both go off and score a lot of points. But my pick will be the Ninja. I think the Ninja's team is strong in first place and is going to get another win this week.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Ninja too, as much as I love Tina and I love Sicilians. But I am going to have to go with the Ninja. I think the Ninja has got a little bit of a better chance here of taking out the win. So that's my pick. That's going to be my official pick. Ginger Ninja for that one. All right, moving right up the line here. Moose Knuckles versus Manja. Number 5, Moose Knuckles sitting at 2-2. Manja sitting at 1-3 at number 9. Much different league standing than where she is in the LOEMP league. Right now, projections are in Moose Knuckles' favor, 152 to 139. He's already had Mac Jones go and CMC. On the other side, Dak Prescott is starting QB for Manja. And then we're looking at Jacoby Myers and Marvin Harrison, Stephon Diggs versus T. Higgins, James Cook, Travis Etienne. Oh, Saquon as well. She's got Saquon on her team. Martin Strange, Mark Andrews, Woody Marks, we've been talking about Jamar Gibbs, Trevor Lawrence, and Cam Ward in the Superflex spots. And we got Denver and Cleveland D's both starting. Guys, your pick for Moose Knuckles versus Manja. Where you guys?
I gotta go with the Knuckles on this one.
Yep, same. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Moose Knuckles is, I'm not going to say he's got it in the bag, but he's looking pretty good. I like the start, already jump on 57 points here. 2 good performances out of Mac Jones. Can't even believe I'm saying that. Good performance out of Mac Jones and CMC getting some nice points there. Although, on the other side, I mean, anytime you got Saquon going, I mean, Saquon's always got potential for big points there.
Jameer Gibbs has been putting up a lot of numbers.
Yeah. I'm a little, I'm iffy on Cam Ward, but they are going in Arizona, so we'll see what happens there. But I feel like Moose Knuckles has got the advantage on this one, so I'm going to go with Moose Knuckles as well.
Thursday night here at the Martinez household, I'll let you guys in on and everybody else on how much Manja was tilting. Viviana is a very passionate fantasy player, and picked up Kendrick Bourne, but didn't really have the courage to throw him in her starting lineup. And then the wide receiver for San Francisco went off for 19 fantasy points. Would have helped her quite a bit, but she regretted that greatly and was had a few things to say about it.
I'm sure she did.
Maybe.
Yeah,
I'm sure she did.
But it was so much fun to watch together and witness.
Right.
It was great. Yeah,
it was a good moment. You may have to
her team is strong. Her running backs are the best in the league, in my opinion. But this week, she's up against it. I'm definitely leaning with Moose Knuckles.
You may have to give us a little behind the scenes video of the Martinez household during football.
Oh, dude, Sundays are so much fun.
Yeah, I may have to get a little behind the scenes action on that one. That'd be great. All right, so let's move into our second second to last matchup here. Uruguay, your team, my friend, Mr. Pablo Martinez's team, going up against Sharkbait, league champ from last season. He's currently sitting. Daniel's team's currently sitting at number 2. You still have some moves to make, my friend. But right away, right off the bat here. Sharkbait's got 22 points. You got Sam Darnold starting, going up against Justin Herbert, JSN. Jackson Smith-Njigba going up against Puka, who got some 19 points. Right now, you're empty at your wide receiver 2 spot, going up against Debo, then Derrick Henry, Ashton Genty, Tony Pollard, David Montgomery, Trey McBride, Travis Kelce, Rashid White, Jalen Waddle, and Josh Allen, and Justin Fields in Superflex spots, and then Baltimore D and Los Angeles, the Rams D, who put up only 3 points there for Sharkbait. Right now, Sharkbait is the favored, but that's because you haven't put someone in that wide receiver 2 spot yet. So
Let's see Pablo's bench.
Let's take a look at Pablo's bench. Let's see. Oh, yeah, DK sitting out this week. Drake London, those are all big holes there for you. When is Rashid Rice coming back? Not this week, obviously.
No, I think he's got 2 more weeks.
2 more weeks.
Yeah. So not helping me there either.
Yeah, you're a little light right now in that wide receiver spot.
Yeah. So I'll let you guys in on my strategy. So
here we go.
The free agency is there. The waiver wire didn't really have any wide receiver that I was too crazy about. I forget if Washington was available. I think I might have slept on that if he was. But trades. Listen, trades are still on the table, and I've got some time before Sunday. My main goal was to try to go out and acquire a wide receiver. That was really option number 1. It hasn't happened yet, and we'll see what we can do. Even with the wide receiver and the defensive lineman, I got an IDP. I got Micah Parsons, who's on a bye this week, so that's another spot I got to plug in. My projection should go up, but I don't know. Sharkbait's got a strong team. He's in second place for a good reason. Puka's fantastic. I'm not sure what's going to happen. Justin Fields been going off, so playing against Dallas, that defense can certainly give up some fantasy points to quarterbacks. So I don't know. I'm not crazy optimistic, but I'm not giving up. I'm definitely going to put up a good fight.
Well, there may be an incoming trade for you, my friend. So
yeah, I've been, hey, I'll be open about it. I've been shopping around. I've been shopping Jackson Dart, and haven't had any takers yet. But
might be sending something your way.
Absolutely, man. I'm open to it. So
all right,
let's see what happens.
Well, let's see what happens. All right,
I'm still gonna pick my team.
Yeah. So let's see what happens here. All right. So with that going on, which way are we going on this, gents? Who are we picking?
Oof.
I'm picking my team, even though it looks horrible right now.
Can you divulge who's in this trade?
Well, no. So I had a couple of trade offers out there, and neither went through. Those are both off the table at the moment. But I was looking to acquire some wideouts. I forget the details on one, but so all right. Typically, this is stuff that we try to keep. We don't try to divulge their details because we're showing our cards if we do. But I'll share with you guys just to see what you guys think. I made a trade offer for AJ Brown. Straight up for Jackson Dart, and it got turned down. So let's be open about that. And fair to turn it down. AJ Brown is still a valuable player, but he's a player who's been, hurting managers more than he's been helping them. So depending on team needs, I thought that maybe that could be a potential trade that could possibly be accepted. The team that I was offering to send Jackson Dart to was quarter.
Oh, you're freezing a little bit there.
Can you hear me?
Yep, we can hear you now.
All right. So Jackson Dart, I think is his arrows pointing up. AJ Brown's current position is not fantastic, so that was the reasoning behind that. What do you gents think about that trade offer?
Well, I guess if you really need a quarterback, I mean it's a good offer. If you need a quarterback, I think if you don't need a quarterback and you're like feeling pretty good, maybe you already got 3 QBs on your team, you may not, but then I would counter that with what do you need?
Right. Yeah.
Like I'm looking at your lineup and I'm like, oh, okay, I think I could. I think there's an incoming offer coming in. Let's just
How do you guys feel about AJ Brown though? Like if you had the extra quarterback on your bench, would AJ Brown be a target? Because that's a tough one, That's a risky play.
He's not been great. I mean, he's been a little bit of a fantasy disappointment. Straight up. I mean, he's just been a fantasy disappointment. Now, will that changes as the season goes on? Maybe. I mean, it's a risk either way. Right now, the numbers aren't there. The points aren't there at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, as of now, Bo Nix is, he's got more, value than AJ Brown does for sure. I don't know, again, based on what you need, but if you were looking at it as just okay, apples to apples, I would keep, I would go with Dart.
Well, we'll see. We'll
see.
We'll keep shopping and see what we can do all the way through game time. I definitely will plug in those holes. I'm not a guy to leave empty roster spots. There's no chance for me to win if I do. So we'll see what happens. But yeah, so Uruguay is my pick. What do you guys? Which way do you guys?
All right,
go?
Let's wrap this up. I'm gonna go. You know what, my friend? I'm gonna go. You're the underdog. I'm gonna go for you. Screw it.
Yeah, I know. Pablo's definitely good at filling holes. So I'm going with Uruguay.
All right.
And I see we got a question. We'll get to that question in 1 second. All right, there, Shy Boy Poppy. We will get to that. I just want to finish this up. So we got one last matchup here to go through, which is my team, the Killer Beers, sitting in the 10th spot right now at 1-3 versus my brother's team, Swift Kick of Love, sitting at 2-2 at number 8. I am starting Jared Goff. He's got Drake May. Right now, I got 36 points at his 6 points. Jamar Chase, we've talked about ad nauseum today. Tet McMillan, Chris Godwin, Buka, Achan, which is Quinshaw Judkins, Kenneth Walker Jr., Chase Brown, Sam Laporta, David Njoku, Zach Ertz, I am starting versus Jordan Addison. And in the super flex, Matt Stafford, who put up 30 points, and then versus Tua, and then I got New York D starting versus Seattle going into Tampa. So, all right, guys, right now projections are in my favor, 152 to 132. I got a nice jump on 36, but what do you guys feel here? I am, of course, picking my team right off the bat, so that's my pick.
I think that boost you got early from Stafford is
huge.
That one's going to keep you ahead. For sure.
That was a nice night.
Definitely.
If you were going to take Jamar out, who would you put in?
Oh, that's a very good question.
I know you are concerned.
I mean, at this point, if I was gonna put anybody in, then I'd probably throw Malik Washington in.
Yeah, Malik in there. Talk about it.
I mean, that's what I would do if I was gonna bench. If I bench him, which I don't think I'm going to, because I think you just got to start him, man. I mean, you just don't know. I mean,
going into Detroit
hasn't been great, but I mean, I don't know. It's like to bench a Jamar Chase for Malik Washington. I don't know. It's tough. I think I gotta roll the dice. I gotta roll the dice.
Take some serious stones to do that.
What do you? I would love to hear from anybody out there watching now. I see there's a few people. What would you do? Would you bench Jamar Chase and start Malik Washington, or would you roll the dice?
I
think I'm gonna roll the dice.
Yeah, you have to. I would. I mean, it hurts if he scores another single digit game, but he
I
could
know.
also get 30, you know?
Right. It's exactly it. It's either single digit game or 30 points. So,
Yeah.
all right. So I'm picking myself killer beers. How about you guys?
I'm going with a
Same.
good cold beer.
All right. Everybody across the board, killer beer. So thank you very much, guys, for your picks. That does it for the Dirt Leagues picks. Thank you, everybody, as we sat through these picks. We like doing them, and it's a lot of fun for us. Hopefully, you guys find it as fun as we do. All right, we do have one last question here before we wrap it up for today. All right, here's a question from Shy Boy Poppy. 0-4 trade away. We didn't answer this one. 0-4 trade away. Brian Thomas Jr., right? Or Brian Thomas? No, BTJ. What am I thinking?
I think we looked at this, no?
Didn't we look at this?
Trading away Lamb for Pickens. It's either very similar or it's the same.
Yeah, I thought. Maybe it's the same person. Let me go. Oh yeah, it is. It is the same question. So I guess he must have put it in again. I guess he missed our answer.
So is it? Oh, it's slightly different. Hold
Oh,
on.
it is slightly different.
yeah.
Yep, you're right.
Yeah. All right, so let's look at it again. All right, so
It
trade
is.
away Lamb, Brian Thomas Jr., Chuba, who's not playing this week, and Jordan Mason, who's doing well, but
doing well.
we'll have Aaron Jones come back eventually, so let's keep that into consideration. To
Rice,
acquire
Pickens, Charb, and Scott.
Rice,
I think
Pickens,
it's going to kind of go the same way as what we talked about earlier. You know, trading away Lamb for Pickens. Lamb is going to be back. So, you know,
the return is bigger here now. I think I'm looking at the previous one. The previous trade offer had Pickens, Rice, and Charb. Now the trade added Scatterboo.
That's right. I think you did say ask for a little bit more out of Lamb. So I think that's his advice is here.
Yeah,
I do like this even better.
Yeah, I do like it better now too. This trade offer now includes trading away Mason, which the previous offer did not include, to get Scatterboo. So I like that better because Scatterboo, I mean, barring injury, he's going to be the starter the rest of the season.
Yep.
I don't think Tyrone Tracy is going to, take away that much for him, even when healthy.
I think Tyrone Tracy's lost his starting job even when he comes back. But I mean, he'll still be used. He's still good back. But Scat's guy, I think, has won the start here
for
the rest
sure.
of the season.
And Mason's going to definitely see a lot of rush attempts once Aaron Jones comes back. So I like the trade a lot more now. What do you guys think?
Yeah, I do. I like the Scat. I like Scat in there. I agree with all that. I do. I think it's a little sweeter now. A little sweeter.
I would go with it.
A boom in there. I would take that one.
The boom. So there you go. Shy Boy Poppy. We like it. We approve it. So go ahead. Trade away, my friend. And
good luck to your team. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys. Well, hey, that wraps it up. Nice hour and 45 minutes here of fantasy football action and advice. Hope everybody out there enjoyed today's show. Thank you, everybody, for the questions and comments today. You guys are the best. Really appreciate you all tuning in today and hanging out with us for another edition of the Touchdown Talk. Gentlemen, any final words here before we call it a day?
I'm excited for another week of football. It's finally starting to feel like fall out, which is the best time of year for football. You hang out around the fire, have a couple beverages, break a few balls, and have a good time. So I'm ready for tomorrow.
Wake up early tomorrow, everybody out there. Public service announcement. I slept in a little bit too much last week, and I had Jaylen Warren in so many of my lineups, and he was a surprise inactive, so that hurt pretty badly. We got an early game tomorrow. Make sure you're checking your lineups before that game start.
That's right. Very good advice. Yeah, everybody remember, early start tomorrow, so check those lineups. And things can happen overnight. So you not to set it and forget it. Wake up early, check the lineups in the morning because anything can happen to any of these guys, especially this early game happening tomorrow. So, all right, everybody, that's it. Take a look at your lineups. Make those trades. Get some draft capital going. Don't be afraid to make trades. It is fun. I think I got an incoming trade happening in Pablo very soon. Be checking your phone, my friend.
I welcome it.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thank you again. Make sure you follow us here over on YouTube and follow the page over on Facebook, the Touchdown Talk page, and also our Instagram account, which let me bring up the handle. I always forget the handle. I had to do it because somebody else had our handle that I wanted. So we're at Touchdown Talk NJ. So that's on Instagram, Touchdown Talk NJ. Give us a follow over there as well, and we would really appreciate it. All right, everybody have a great rest of the weekend. Get outside. It's beautiful out here in New Jersey. 80 degrees today, 80 degrees tomorrow. You couldn't ask for better weather, especially if you're going to be outside watching these games at a bar, wherever it is. So get out there, enjoy the day, guys. All right, take care, guys. See you next time on another episode of the Touchdown Talk, which will be back with you next Saturday, 10 a.m. right here on YouTube, Facebook, and, of course, RadioGardenState.com. Cheers, guys.
Enjoy your Sunday.